So, welcome to the second part of the Let's Draw. This time I will use the small brush and do the characters. So we have a cheetah and a kangaroo. Why? Because that's all. Because I can. It's art. But more seriously, you can see the picture. I put the link in the description below. Well, not now, obviously. I will put it later. If I was able to put it before the picture was done. It would make life a bit boring, actually. So, you will notice a little difference. I got myself a little coffee. Cheers. With a bit of luck, this will make me speak much faster. I apologize for speaking very slowly. This seems to be how I am. I think I will speak slower and slower until one day I will be stopped in time. That's life. I actually drink coffee and tea. They have different ways to have an effect. Well, the effect is a little different. If you have coffee, it's more brutal. If you have tea, it's nice and soft and lasts a lot longer. What you prefer is up to you. I like both, though I prefer tea. Okay, the rules of anime are telling me I should use green for his hair, but I won't, because that's tacky. And I want to keep my kangaroo people realistic, obviously. Otherwise it would just look silly. Don't you think? Yes, that's what you think. There is a nice little thing, I don't know if you noticed the cup. Very nice cup. I actually live where Villeroy and Boch is producing its stuff, well, very close. It's in Mettlach and in Luxembourg. Mettlach in Germany, I mean. And some hole in Luxembourg nobody knows the name of. So essentially Luxembourg. Luxembourg is boring. But we're living close to where they produce, and that means we can get some Villeroy and Boch for much cheaper than you would normally pay. I say much cheaper and not cheap because it's still expensive. But I mean, yeah, off price. Cheers. Have I said cheers already? Because cheers. Brown eyes, of course. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was a bit... sometimes I tend to kind of drift and wait before I continue. What we are hearing now, by the way, is Mendelssohn, Midsummer's Night Dream, which is kick-ass and very hardcore. And, well, Mendelssohn is unfortunately dead, but he's been dead for more than 70 years, so, yep, I can listen to it for free. And I won't be prosecuted. by the evils of Gamer. And normally I would use red gloves, but the blue is just much stronger. I have to say it's probably a bit cheap to use orange and blue. That's very overused by Hollywood. I mean, just look at posters. There's just so much orange and blue together. Like you see the first Tron, it's all the colors of the rainbow and black. And you see the new version, let's make everything orange and blue. But it is a good combination. It works. It's just very overused. So I prefer using this as red, kind of a nice shade of reddish brown, and often it's kind of better because it's not too strong and the red tends to be too aggressive. Plus it's just for realism, you know, because the red isn't very intensive on millennia old cave paintings. Because what you're seeing here is essentially a picture about cave paintings with some strange discovery made by people who do science. Yeah, I like science. I mean, I wouldn't really want to do it because research. Well, I am doing some science because I'm a history student. I'm really just rambling by this point, by the way, because I'm really more focused on painting. So it's a bit like a let's play where you're just too focused on not falling over in the platform level in Super Mario Hack. Yeah, some human prints. I will use a little bit of red in his hair too, might as well use it, I mean, it's there. And then darker shade of ochre. Ochre is super useful. Okay, the next song is also Mendelssohn and still a Midsummer's Night Dream. I will probably be done before the song is over. We will see. You never know. Did a mistake there. That's cool, I can then show you a little trick. Voila, no mistake anymore. You should always have a little tissue and close to, well, not just for the brush, but also when you do a little mistake. It's possible to an extent to correct watercolors. It's not super easy. And if you can avoid it, avoid it. It's that simple. Right? Because it's not always easy. I'm often using a little bit of gouache if I have some big mistakes. Also use it in my comics. Gouache is a bit like acrylic paint, only it's not synthetic, it's diluted in China white. And difficult to learn. I wouldn't recommend starting with gouache. And that's of course what's we are doing in schools. We are starting with gouache. Yeah. In art school we started with gouache. It was very difficult. Well, depends. Aquarelle is like Nintendo. It's difficult to learn, then it's easy. And gouache is probably like a Japanese RPG. It's super hard to learn, but once you got it, it's not that hard. I mean, it's not really hard, it's just a bit annoying, because you have to repeat the same things every time and blah blah blah. Blah 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 you probably hear quite often on this show, because that's how professional I am. Yeah, I'm adding some shading here. I'm keeping this drawing rather simple. Don't want to make it overblown, it's more something of a funny idea. And well, it's a cave. How complicated can you do it? The answer is very complicated. But I didn't want to make a super complicated drawing now, just for that. I think the idea works well. Let's draw a little, some cave people. Yes. Cave pictures are obviously the best we've ever done, according to Picasso. I don't like Picasso, so it's okay. La 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 la. Needs a little bit more. I didn't want to make it complicated. Let's add something here. We need more people here. One more here. I make a little tall. Boom. I wanted it in. That's okay. So let's do some shading, and everything is okay. I will go with, well, just add a little bit of yellow here. I will put green eyes. It's a bit, I know cheetahs don't usually have green eyes. Let's make a green here. And the other one can wear another shade of green. So it will add just a tiny hint of color. I'm a bit obsessed with colors. I love colors. Which is why I don't like modern architecture. I saw a building today. I have been thinking, hey, that looks much nicer than the usual stuff. And actually it was just a normal building, and they painted a few a few gray squares. We've reached the point where painting a few gray squares on a building makes it look much nicer. Architects, do some effort, please. Yeah, we're nearly down here. Just adding a little shadow, much needed. Here. Yeah, I think that works. Alright. I'll just do some more cave paintings. There's a dragon, and the people and the anthros are working together. Anthro being short for anthropomorphic, because that's what the people in this picture are. Yeah, so it has a little bit of a story here. So they let down the dragon, and now they're friends. Yeah, much nicer. Okay, now we have the little picture. I will add a few more hands, I think. And yeah, the picture, you can see the finished picture on the link below. I think we're good to go now. And that's bye bye. Bum 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 bum. Oh, by the way, always when you're doing a drawing, sometimes just stand up and see how it looks like. I think it looks good now. Doesn't need anything more. It would be too much. Alright. See you.